بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى صحبه أجمعين. نرحب فيكم في برزنتيشن نقدمه عن أهمية احتراف البرامج الهندسية The Importance of Mastering Engineering Softwares. اللي حيقدم البرزنتيشن اليوم إن شاء الله معاكم أخوكم رائد المرغلاني، أنا الرئيس التنفيذي ومؤسس شركة أنظمة رام تقنية المعلومات والبرامج الهندسية والاستشارات. عندي تقريبا 20 سنة خبرة ما بين الأوتوموتيف والإيروسبيس إندستري، منها تقريبا 12 إلى 13 سنة في بي سيستم، التشيرمان أوف إيروسبيس شابتر، رئيس شعبة هندسة الطيران في هيئة المهندسين سابقا. طبعا ماي ميشن أو هدفي أو رسالتي اللي أبغى أحققها إنه ندعم رؤية 2030 في تطوير صناعة الطيران في المملكة. معي أخي المهندس أحمد الزهراني، عارف بنفسه؟
حياكم الله. معكم أحمد الزهراني، خريج جامعة الملك فهد للبترول والمعادن من الصناعة والفضاء. حاليا أشتغل تكنيكال سيت انجينير في سيستم كومباني. عند حضيض الحمد لله اشتغل يعني فرصة كبيرة في تدريب مجال صناعة الطائرات وبرضه في مجال إدارة المطارات. نعم. بشكل عام.
طيب، وعندنا معنا أخونا محمد بشير يعرف بنفسه.
إذا ممكن تضيفون أنه دخل.
ممكن تضيفوا معنا مهندس عمرو محمد بشير.
تمام. حياك الله مهندس محمد.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, right?
Yes, we can.
Oh, hello, I can't hear you. Hello.
Muhammad, can you say
Yes, now I can hear you.
So basically, Muhammad Bashir is a master student at King Fahd University. He's done his master degree in aerospace department, and he's with us today because he's the he's get interested from last session about some products that we are offering through RAM systems, and we are welcoming him to share his experience with these products as engineering tools. So, Mohammed, if you can present your experience with us.
Sure, yes. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. So, yeah, my name is Muhammad Bashir Muhyiddin. I am a recent graduate from KFUPM with a Master of Science in Aerospace Engineering. And my research interest, as you can see, is in control of unmanned systems. So, yeah, and regarding the products, yes, recently I tried the PTC MathCAD, and it's a really good mathematical software for a lot of calculations that you will be using all throughout your engineering tenure now. Yeah, that's a very good one. So I really liked and enjoyed that, and I hope that I could have actually, learned about it before, like, right from the starting. It would have been helpful, yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, thank you much, Engineer Mohammed. This is one of the topics that we're going to talk about it, and Mohammed, inshallah, he will share with us his experience in that field. Okay, so our agenda today, we're going to talk about engineering software toolsets in general, And also we talk about the mathematical challenges and mathematical documentation solution, the integrated solution and software document demonstration summary, and also we talk about some of software certification and consulting. First of all, the engineering software toolset in general, it consists one of these categories, whether it is CAD design, which is very famous for mechanical engineers. They knew the importance of CAD design as one of the most important tools that engineers should learn and should be a master in it, because the needs in the industry is very high, and this is one of the tools for any engineers. Also, there is a product lifecycle management, which is all the new technology, all the products in the field. In any product in the field, it's a required kind of management. And so any success company or organization, they should adopt a kind of tools built based on the PLM systems, which is, we already covered that in one of the sessions with the aerospace club. And also the augmented reality, this is a new technology, part of the Industry Revolution 4. And this now it is the trend, and we advise any engineer to learn how to adopt this in his career, in his study journey, and also in his career in the future. Also the Internet of Things, this is also part of the Industry 4. And the mathematical calculation is one of the tools that we need everyone. We expecting any engineers have it, because it's one of the mandated tools that any engineer should be adopting. And we're going to express this. So if you go back for evolution of the design, since the last century and the 20th century, the revolution of industry started with, you find a lot of engineers, they are drafting their design with using the normal ordinary tools, which is a paper and pen and rollers, and you see it here. And they spend a lot of time, they're spending it in drafting by hand. And it's consume a lot of time and consume a lot of manpower. And the reality, the design element is very, very minimal. Then with the computer and the revolution, the third revolution, we introduced the personal computer, and everyone has his own PC. There is a new software has come up in the field, and they introduced the 2D CAD design. So you find a lot of engineers doing some little design, but at the same time, they waste most of them time in documenting and trying to saving the file and record it and share it with others. With the revolution, it's the new software was in 3D. You find a lot of many companies introduce a 3D software. So you find engineers, they start doing some design, but still he's spending his time creating geometry. And this one also consumes his time, rather than he's focusing with the product and design the product. Now he's trying to manipulating the geometry files. So the trend and the future is how to make this software to be functional design, which is you need to spend most of your time to put an idea, to come up with the innovation, rather than spending in drafting. So you need the powerful tools to associate it with some intelligence, artificial intelligence, AI functionality. So it helps you to just determine where is the threats, where is the constraint, where is the area that you need it, and adopting such a technology, generative design, it's automatically design the shape that you needed to design it, and based on materials and manufacturing system. Also, before we can also talk about here a similar thing for the engineers. At the beginning, also engineers in mathematical solution, engineers used to write the equation of using pen and paper and blackboard. and try to document it using the calculator when they introduce the calculator at that time, and then they in the revolution become this also they do software, so they're using programming tools like Fortran, C++, and with the revolution come up in the new era, tools like MathCAD or MATLAB introduced to put the programming tools and came up with a mathematical solution, a mathematical simulation. But still, that is not documentation friendly. So how to have mathematical equations and documentation in one element? This is a new challenge, and we have good solution we propose to you. As a student, we advise any students to explore these solutions because it's part of the industry. If we are, inshallah, in Saudi Arabia, we are heading to Vision 2030 and to be an industrial country. This is one of the most elements that any company should adopt to document their ideas, document their solution. Okay, first of all, we talk about the CAD, which is the definition of CAD. I think most of you, majority of you should be aware what is the CAD. It is the computer-aided design, and using the power of the computer to create and modify, analyze, optimize the design. Using the software, increase productivity of the design, improve the quality of design, and communication among and documentation of these documents. And there is many companies in the market, Creo, OnShape, CATIA, ZW3D, PTC MathCAD. All this software is adopting the CAD design. Before you start jumping to MathCAD, before you jumping to the CAD software, there is many softwares, as we can see, as we saw in the previous slides. So you think that, okay, what is the best CAD design I should learn? Okay, there is 5 areas or 8 areas CAD of significance. So when you think to use any CAD design, you need to put in your mind these elements or these areas. Okay, the first one, which is the concept of the design. Concept of the design, it's how this software, as a CAD software, help you to demonstrate your thought in an easy way, in a flexible way, as a quick solution. So you need to make sure that this software is allow you to do freestyle. So when you draw something, it automatically transfer your drawing as a hand draw to be a parametric. And in the second thing, do you need to your product or the thing that you are working to design it? Is it complex? Is it large? If it is, then you need to choose the right software, because some software has constraint and you cannot do use it for these purposes. So very important to define what is the functionality that you need before you jump and choose what's the software to start with your product. The third thing is the robust modeling function. So you need to make sure that this software has a robust modeling function that allow you to make some simulation, dynamic simulation, and you can see some functions that help you to make a good shape and in the quick time. For example, some softwares allow you to do the cabling and piping with a very quick way rather than just drawing and wasting time. So the most valuable thing for any company is the time. They need to design their product and release it to the manufacturing as soon as possible and get the feedback and manage the changes in the quickest way. And the fourth thing is the late stage design changes, which is lots of some softwares has constraints when you want to make some changes at last minute. It affects the other elements, and it makes you makes the software is not compatible and makes a lot of glitches. So you need to make sure that does this software has this functionality, especially if your design complex and has a lot of changes occur during the design life cycle. And so number 5, does this software have capability to emerging with the new technologies like AR and IoT and integrated with the PLM system? So and does this software contain the generative design, topology design for 3D printing, and also embedded with analysis and simulation? So these things you need to consider it when you are choosing what is the best software to start with or to learn, or what's the market needs. Number 6, integration with CAM and KE, which is the, I think some of you know what is it, which is a computer aid manufacturing and computer aid engineering. It's about soft simulation, and many of you, I think you may know that the simulation leads is ANSYS and Pegasus, and there is many simulation softwares. And also you need to make sure that does the software is blending with PDM, which is product data management, and we're going to talk about it in the next slide. And also, does this software allow you to collaborate the CAD files with other CAD systems? So, for example, if you are working with one of your suppliers, he's using SolidWorks and you are using Creo, does Creo support SolidWorks files? So you can, instead of asking him to switch to this software, you can just easily take his file and convert it, and you can use it with the harmony within your assembly. So everyone know that the computer-aided manufacturing is, if someone I don't know, we can explain it, which is how to simulate and make the steps of the process of manufacturing before you start manufacturing, and allow you to generate the codes for CNC machines, and easily to adapt it and see the steps before you wasting the raw material that you have. Computer-aided engineering, which is about how to do simulation for stress, strain, CFD, and other elements of simulation analysis that you need. Product data management, that's what I want to emphasize on it, which is maybe some of you, this is first time hear about it, which is a system to manage a design data storage. So instead of you sharing the information via USB or sending by email, and usually the CAD design is a huge file, so it's not easy to share it, especially if it becomes more complex. So you can introduce a system which is a server, or you can put it in a cloud inside your organization, so you can share the document and manage it and collaborate it among your stakeholders, the people who's needed to see or involve or contribute to modify that document, and to track and control the workflow. So you need, anyone can contribute to make changes in that design files, but someone can have authority to approve it. That's what we mean by workflow related to particular product. So when we talk about design data, it's not only the CAD files. It can be also any related document. It can be a technical specification, product specification for manufacturing, development, also the type of materials, and it can be pictures, it can be any Word document, any file that related to a document. You need to manage it in one system, in one repository of the storage. All right. So now when we thought about the solution, what is the high solution? What is the high-end solution? High-end solution, which is the best products in the market that has the most of the functionality that the big enterprises or the big business they need. So when you look at this, there is three main CAD companies, which is PTC and Dassault and Siemens. PTC has a Creo and very well-known software, and it used to called Pro Engineering. And CATIA is one of the high-end, and maybe most of you heard about it, or maybe some of you saw it. Is a software that the industry of aerospace used it a long time ago to design the complex aircraft. And NX, which is from Siemens company, and also which is one of the tools. So if someone said, what is the best tools? What is the most powerful tools? What tools that I should use or learn? There is nothing, for my opinion, there is nothing you can say is the best, because all these companies, every time they're evolving, every year they release a new version, introduce a new functionality, introduce the thing. So every year has different scale. So you cannot say this year is the for example, in this year, in my opinion, Creo is the best tool in the market for designing any product. Start from a small coffee machine at your home until you can design a space jet or aircraft or a rocket. So CATIA is well known in the previous as because it's one of the characteristics it is industry based. So every industry they produce the certain library to help that industry to focus on using this software. And NX is some again, it's one of the tools that related, they focus their capability on 3D printing modeling. So we can see here the company size. Usually these products using used by the high business because it's very expensive, but it's very powerful tool. So when we go back the comparison, we go to medium end CAD solution. Medium end CAD solution, there is Inventor, SolidWorks, ZW3D, Rhino, and the Solid Edge. Inventor is from Autodesk, and SolidWorks, maybe you know, it was a standalone company, but it's acquired by Dassault. Same, the company is from CATIA. ZW3D is a company from China, but they are trying to introduce a good tool that merging between CAM and CAD. So they have some good tool for manufacturing. And Rhino, it's basically it's started as for construction, but it's started, they deviate and become doing some good work in 3D, but still they are behind. Solid Edge is from Siemens, the younger brother for NX. And back to the lower end, or we can say the 2D. There is two tools. The famous tools is AutoCAD. Maybe everyone know it, and it is famous because it is a very old tool, and it is basically the main business is in 2D in construction, but they have some 3D capability. Also, ZW-CAD, they are adopting a similar approach of AutoCAD, and they are competing in the market, and they are fast growing. Now, there is a new tools in the markets, and this tool is called cloud-based CAD solution. Why they call it cloud-based? Because you don't need strong or high-end soft system workstation to design. It's very easy. Basically, you just select the order, and all the simulation and rendering is happening in the cloud server. So it allows you to make a modeling through your mobile phone, your iPad, and basically is we can say it's a CAD on cloud base. But what is the difference between, for example, the Onshape, which is recently last year acquired by BTC, and Fusion is Autodesk. The Onshape, the BeautyFit, is based on a PDM. So basically, it's a PDM system and Fusion with the CAD tool, and it's very good start. I advise you as a student to go and learn use it. There is a free subscription for students. You can download it and you can start learn from day one how to design, and you can and your data, you didn't need to store it in any computer. It is in the cloud base. And also Fusion doing that, but Fusion had some characteristics supporting the CAM and CAE, and they have a different approach, but still it's good tools also to start with. Also, so this is, we basically covered the CAD tools. There is a new tool, there is a tools in the market. I advise you as engineers to have at least knowledge about it. What is the PLM? And we covered that in one of the sessions we had done it before with a club, which is a product life cycle management, which is a systematic approach to manage a product life cycle from inception to disposal. And the PDM, usually it's part of the PLM system. So, and it's linked and integrated with the ERP and MES system, which is the manufacturing execution. And this is one of the companies, I'm not going to go deep, but as an engineer, you need to have at least some awareness and understanding that the major companies or big companies, they manage their data and their intellectual properties using these big tools. Augmented reality. Augmented reality is, this is the one, as I mentioned before, this is one of the things that the Industry 4 revolution is introducing to market, and everyone is now trying to adopting the CAD files and the CAD design to be presented in augmented reality technology. And the definition of augmented reality is the integration of digital information, which is a CAD file, with a user environment in real time. Unlike virtual reality, which is you create artificial environment, and augmented reality use existing environment to overlay the new information in it. I'm going to just introduce a quick video with you. I hope if the sound is working fine, please let me know. This video is about this video is about what is how we can introduce the manufacturing of the future. So any factory in the future is going to adopting these technologies to design the product and design the process of the manufacturing before they investing in the real actual work. And they can produce also the simulation for the operation and simulation for support and maintenance. So this video is run by BTC, introduced for Manufacturing Day in USA. And there is application, you can download it through the QR code as I'm showing you. You can download it and you can monitor how the technology of augmented reality is embedded in the work life. So you can imagine how you can when you think to design something, how you can adapt this technology to present it to your customer, to present it to your colleagues, and collaborate to bring good news. So, as you can see here in the augmented reality, they introduce like design UAV and how the operation of the UAV introduced, and they can see here how the operation is going to be, and design the factory, design the system, and how the support from manufacturer and the support in the industry, and how they make changes to prevent this happen, and help the user to fix it. So you can download it from the software. This is the QR code. If you have your mobile now, you can just take a picture for the QR code for iOS, for Android, and you can download it and start to get familiarized yourself. What is the AR technology? And one of the famous software in the lead in the market, which is Favoria. It's something that help a lot of companies to introduce their product and collaborate it as an industry level. And okay, for IoT, so Internet of Things, everyone, I think most of us, we knew that this is the Internet of Things. The internet is connected with lots of products in the market, and as you are as a new engineer working to adapt producing a product for the future, you need to build your product is connected with the internet as well. So when you connected the internet, you make the UID, it's a unique identifier number, and all the sensors that your product is sensing is transmit to the system or the server, and this give you a dashboard to understand what's the issue, how to fix it, and how to maintain it. I have a quick video here to show you what exactly, how to integrate the CAD files and the information, the PLM, and information and the augmented reality. So you can see here one of the aircraft. So the technician come to the aircraft. He can monitor through the technology of the AR, augmented reality, and also the technology linked with the IoT and PLM and the CAD files. He can see everything without need to go and see the manual. So he can visualize the system, how it works, and if there is any issues, he can figure it out, what's the need to fix. And if he's need more information and he would like to check, he don't need to go back to the manual and check how the product or the component look like, or the system. It's automatically, he can see it and he can visualize it in the work time, in the real time. So he's saving a lot of time and become more efficient doing his work. So also it's help to teach the new technician how to do servicing, what is the caution area, what is he need to aware of, where is it is in the 3D dimension. So and it automatically track his positioning through the product that he has. So because of the time, this clip it is in the website and it's in the YouTube. If anyone wanted to see more, he can approach us, and or we can send him this presentation to look at it. So now all the companies, they are working to head to the future. They are working to do adopting something called the digital transformation, and this transformation is how to interact between the digital data and the real product, the physical product. So how we make it together, and this one is starting with the design. How to make the calculation, how to make the what is the look like of your product, and before you transfer it to manufacturing. And also you can share it with the customer, share your thought with the customer and get the feedback in the process of the design, and also you involve the engineer, the manufacturing. So instead of you said I will manufacture this with the 3D printer, and then you figure out the 3D printer capability that you have is not sufficient, and you need to make some expansion, or you need to change your design in the latest phase. So you can interact and collaborate this information with your stakeholders, and that's what they call it, a digital thread, which is with a D, like a rope. So all the information is shared with all the stakeholders, and that's and we from my experience, all the companies now, like B System, Boeing, they're starting adopting this to design the product, so and virtually, and make the process, operation, manufacturing, everything is digitally, and make the simulation, adapted that, and tested and validated. Then they start, spending money in the physical world, so it helps them to get the product in the market fast. And this, for example, usually any aircraft, if you want to start design it, you need about from 20 to 30 years to bring it into service. But with this technology, you can reduce it to from 10 to 15 years. So it's almost 50% increase in efficiency, and the error and the cost also, it will be much lesser. And also you can connect it with the supply chain, and also the collaboration with the suppliers. So we are going to talk about PTC as one of the products that we have, and we provide solution to our customers and to you as engineers of the future, to understand this is one of the tools they have, and maybe it's good a good opportunity to use to master it for the future. So in the innovation platform, you need to have an IoT analytical using the ThingsWorks, and AR using Favoria, and for industrial connectivity you need to have the Kibware to connect the sensors. And from PLM solution, you also have the PLM, Windchill, and LM, and SLM, which is lots of tools here. I will leave the mathematical challenges and talk about the tools of mathematical to my colleague Ahmed. Please, Ahmed, please.
Assadullah, today I will talk about mathematical challenges. It is will consider us as an engineer. We're dealing daily with equation, especially when you are a student, like in EE47, aircraft design. You have many equations and many segments. It is like the landing gear, like the wing, etc. It is many calculation, and you will like lost between the calculation, or you are mistranslate the number, or miscalculate the unit by using Excel, or perhaps using the MATLAB. The picture here is perfectly describe what you are doing. You are distribute yourself between many things, like you are doing it by a vibrant calculation, or if the calculation is very complicated, you go to like another program like Excel sheet, or perhaps using MATLAB, and you are documented this in your report, or you have like a reference. So it is very confusing for you as an engineer to keep up with what you have, why you are choosing like this number exactly. So it is lack of standardized process and tool to capture calculation and intellectual properties. So this is the main issue for us in calculation, in mathematical, and as an engineer. And also, if limited sharing, if you have like, as I said in I am aerospace, so I talk about EE427, because it is has many calculation, and you should collaborate with your colleague to find a solution. So the limit of the sharing give you a long time to reach the information you need, or the equation you need exactly, or reuse it and calculation. And we have also it is very hard to catch an error. As an example, a great example for NASA in 1999, they have like a robotic for Mars, and they launch it, and it is explode and hit the Mars because the miscalculation between NASA and the vendor. They are someone using another unit, another one use another unit. So it is very hard to them to capture that. And here we have the famous for mathematical, what you are calculate your equation or anything you want. So this is our challenges here. And as you can see, here I have two solutions. I believe for you as engineer, what is the most convenient for you to read and get the information quickly? Is it to right or is it to left? So it is very obvious it is in the right side. So what is MathCAD? MathCAD is about engineering notebook and calculation. So you can write and you can do the calculation, and it's very clear to get you rather than programming. And if you have an error, you cannot find it. It's very hard for you to reach the error. So MathCAD is a digital engineering notebook to perform your engineering calculation combined with the documentation and manage your design entity. So it is basically analyze your or design or calculation and solving your problem or equation, and then document it and share it with colleague or working together to reach to solution, because the engineering is about finding the solution for a customer. So MathCAD is a standardized mathematical notation. So as you can see in the figure in the right, it is very clear to read, get information, find like what is the process here. It is like minus and subtracting and etc. And it is comprehensive support for unit. As I mentioned in my previous example about NASA and the vendor, because the unit miscalculation and mistranslating the unit between them, they have very big error. So when you are sharing your document in MathCAD with your colleague, the unit is automatically changed. If you are using an iOS unit, and for example, if you're using iOS unit and your friend you're like using pound and British unit, so you have like a translate unit, but MathCAD solve it for you. If you are convenient with iOS, it will show you in iOS. If you are convenient with the British unit or American unit, it will show you in the. It is make it your life easy, in simple. So and also document-oriented approach, as you can see, and visual presentation features. As you can see, it is. You can see very clearly and understand it in first time. So, and enable enterprise to prevent loss of intellectual properties, keep your intellectual IRB and by your name, and they didn't get lost, because it is very difficult to share it or give information, and optimize critical design, and also allow engineering to quickly and easily solve and document and combine text and math and graphical, as you can see here, and enable knowledge and capture. Due to lack of time, I will share here a video from my colleague Mr. Mohammed Al-Bashir about MathCAD, how it can use it, and he will talk about it, his experience later. So.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you very much for providing me this opportunity. Yes. So let's start with the examples. Now I'll give you a small tutorial of using MathCAD Express. Okay. When you install and open the MathCAD window, this is what you will see. This is called a worksheet. Okay, you see here, this is similar to graph papers. So this is that thing. This is the area where you can have all your work done. To begin with, let's start the basic operations. Okay? You will see a plus mark sign here, a bold plus mark sign here. This signifies that you can start at that point. It's not necessary that you start only at that particular point. You can start it at any given point. Okay, you can start here, you can start here, but just click there. And all you have to do is just type in. Okay, so first let's start with the most basic math operation, and that is addition. Okay, so you see 3 plus 4. All you have to do is just type in the equation, whatever it is, and then press the equal to sign. That's it. You will get the answer. It's as simple as that. And then click anywhere else. That's it. It's done. Okay. And the best part about this MathCAD is it is live. Okay, and it is interactive. Let me show you what do I mean by that. Okay. You see, this is an equation written. You already have the answer. Now, should you need to change any of these, all you have to do is click at that point and say instead of 4, you want to do it 4 by 2. Okay. Just press the divided by sign and type in 2. Then just click anywhere. Your answer will be updated. That's that. It's that simple. Whatever. You can have, you can multiply this by say 12 and you get a new answer. You multiply this, you subtract 1 from this. That's it. You get an answer. It's real time. It is that simple. Now let me show you how do we use a few complex operators and how do you implement or directly get constants. Okay? Like, you know, there are a lot of constants that are used in maths. The most common is pi, right? So if you want to find, say, the circumference of a circle, the formula is get a text box and then write the formula here. Circumference of a circle is equal to 2 times pi times the radius. That's that. You move it here to the side and then you can start your calculations beneath. For that you have to use this text box. Okay? And now you start your calculation. 2 times for pi, okay, you can either write the value that is 3.14, but then that is not the point of MathCAD. MathCAD is there for easing your work and to make it as accurate as possible. You don't need rough estimations when you're working with MathCAD, okay? So you can actually get the value of exact pi value. For that, you can either go down in this drop down and then from here you can select pi, okay? And when you bring your mouse cursor there on pi, you see that there is a shortcut in the bracket written, and that is P, small p, that is, and Control G. For any Greek letters, this works. Okay, you want delta, you type in D, Control G. Okay, now let me show you here. How do you get that pi? Just type in P, and then Control G. That's it. It's pi now. And say the radius of your circle is 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. Equal to, that's it, you got your value. And then suddenly you decide, oh no, I want to work on a different circle. Maybe it's 10 centimeters now. That's it here. Okay. Now let me show you the most interesting and important feature of math, and that is the use of units. I have been constantly saying that you, given whatever radius you want, 7 centimeters or 10 centimeters, right? These are just numbers. This isn't the circumference, right? Though formula, according to formula it is, but then it isn't. It doesn't signify mathematically that it is the circumference. Now for that, all you have to do is, you're talking about 10 centimeters. Click here, right next to 10, and then type in cm. That's it. You get centimeters, and your output is suddenly changed to 0.628 meter. Mind you, it is always in SI units. However, you can change it at any given point. And all you have to do is just click here, go to units. From SI units, you can use CGS and see how it changes. Centimeter. And you want to say now change it to US CGS, okay, United States system, that is. You'll get it in feet, despite your input being in centimeters. Now, this is a very important and interesting feature of MathCAD, okay. This is termed as unit intelligence. You don't have to worry about the inputs units. You will get the output units in whichever unit you prefer. This is very, very, very important. Okay, now let me tell you about constants. One of the most commonly used constants is G, the gravitational acceleration, right? So let's see how MathCAD helps you in that. Just type, click here and just type G equal to, that's it. You get the value along with the units. You don't have to worry at all. So wherever you're using in any formulas, you don't have to worry about typing in 9.81 or 10 or anything. All you have to do is G. And this is not the only constant that's available. There are dozens of constants, okay? Like C, the speed of light. You have Planck's constant H and many, many more constants. All you have to do is just go here and see, you click the drop down and constants available. Now, up until this point, we were just evaluating expressions. It's not obviously always just expressions, it's not always just numbers. You'll have a lot of variables to worry about when you're working, right? So now let me show you how do you assign variables their values. Okay. Now take a variable v. Now if you type equal to, you're not getting anything because see there's an error. This variable is undefined. Check that the label is set correctly. So this means that it is not a constant. Okay. Otherwise, like say it was g, all you have to do is g is equal to, and then you get the value. Here we know that it is not a constant. Okay. Plus it says it is undefined. So just like you have to define variables in anywhere in your calculations, even here you have to define your variables. So for defining variables, you don't use the equal to sign. Okay. Rather you use the assignment operation. And the assignment operation is colon and equal to. Now you're given the value whatever you want. Say v is 8.4. So you see this is the assignment operator. If you go in the operators drop down menu, you will see here the first one is definition and it's colon followed by equal to sign. You don't have to type the equal to sign. All you have to do is just press the colon, okay, and then automatically the equal to sign follows it. It's understood. This is the evaluation expression and this is a global definition. Okay. Now let me show you what a global definition is. Now here you have v defined as 8.4. Okay, whatever 8.4. It's a unitless number here. Let's just assume it's a number. Okay, or let's make it more interesting. Say this is velocity. Okay, the initial velocity. Okay, and you want to have it clear that it is initial velocity, so you can have it written here. Now let me show you how you can have it here. Just click there, just beside v. And you can have it as a subscript, and having subscripts make your scripts clear, right? Like when you share, so you have to have a subscript here. Now for getting a subscript, you have two ways. One, obviously there's a GUI interface, and that keyboard shortcut, when you hover around the subscript, you will see that it is control minus. So just press in control minus, and then you see the cursor shifting down, and then type in initial. That's it. Okay. So now you have v initial is equal to 8.4. Now let's even specify the units. What are the units of velocity? It is meter per second, right? Meter divided by second. And you see here one interesting thing, that units, whenever you're writing the units, they turn blue, right? This means that it is a unit. Okay, you can be sure that it is a unit. So initial velocity is this thing. Now let me write this formula here. Plus acceleration times, this is v is equal to u plus at, the very common equation that we have been using in physics all the time, right? So you have the initial velocity, you have g, that is gravitational acceleration. Okay, now note that I'm not writing time here yet. Okay, now let's see what I'm trying to do. Now you need v, you again use the definition operator, not the equal to sign. V is equal to v initial plus g times t. Okay, you know that you have defined a value here for v. V is the final velocity, and all you have to do is just type in v, and now you press the equal to sign, you get the value. That's that. Now despite t being defined after this equation, it is still evaluating. That is because t is a global variable here. No matter where you use it before defining, it will change the values everywhere and it will give you this value. You see, you will get this v, the final velocity, with the units. Okay, with the units, and you can obviously change the units. Like say suppose you want it in kilometers per hour, so all you have to do is erase this, type in kilometers, and then instead of seconds, just make it hours. That's it. It's 206.76 kilometers per hour. How easy is this calculation? In fact, instead of evaluating this here, you can evaluate this expression in line. Let me show you here. Just click here, and after you have defined that equation, all you have to do is just press the equal to sign. Press the equal to sign, and you get it. Get the value along with the units. Now let me show you another great use and example of MathCAD, and that is functions. Now we'll study about functions, or rather I'll show you an example of functions. Okay. Say you're trying to find the area of a triangle. Just type in the name of the function, whatever it is. So we'll have it area of tri. What does it take? It takes as base and it takes height, right? Base of the triangle and height of the triangle. Okay. You have to supply the parameters in the parentheses, and then you have to press the colon button. That is the definition operator. And then here you define your function. Now what is area of a triangle? It is half base times, now let me write it here. This is area of a triangle. Area of a triangle. Wherever you want, make it short, so it is a triangle. Okay. Now you want to find the area of any triangle. You know the base and height of that. So all you have to do is just type in A, control minus, try, and then given your value. Say the height is 6 and mind you, I'm not using the units here. I'll show you the units thing again as well. 6 and height is 3 and then press equal to. That's it. Now you want to make it more engineering kind. Okay, so you specify the units here. Say height is 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches. Okay, and then 3 is up 3 kilometers. Okay. Your base is 3 inches, whereas your height is 3 kilometers. I know hypothetical, but then yes, now I'm doing this just to show you the effectiveness of the unit conversion. Okay. You see, you get the area is 228.6 meter square. That is it. How easy it is, isn't it? But then you want this answer, say, in feet square. So all you have to do is backspace, feet. And then it changes. That's it. It's this many feet. As simple as that. Okay. Now let me show you a bit more complex, you could say. A function for calculating force. Okay. You know the variables of water, mass and acceleration. Okay. And force is mass times acceleration. So F, force is, say, 5 kg, mass is 5 kg, and then the acceleration is 2.5 times g. Okay, you don't have to even press the multiplication sign there. All you have to do is just 2.5 g, and then it will automatically multiply. That's it. You have your force in Newton. Mind you, this is what is the most striking feature for me of MathCAD. All you have to do is, yes, that's it. So g is, it's 9.807 meter per second square, and then you given your weight, and then you get it in newtons. So if you change this into pounds, that is lbs, it's lb, I think. Let me check it. You can always verify that from here. Okay, mass is, yes, it's L. That's it, 55.603. So yes, approximately half it will. That's it. As simple as that. Now say suppose you want this in CGS units. Highlight it, convert this to CGS. That's it, as simple as that. Dynes, because now you're using the CGS units. So it will change all the units accordingly. Now let me show you one more very interesting feature. What if I tell you that you can create your own units? Okay, let me show you how to do it. All you have to do is type in any variable you want. Say suppose you want, I'll use the initials of my name, MBM as a new unit. Okay, MBM is a new unit. And this unit, say it is the unit for momentum, okay, because we don't have any particular named unit for momentum. So MBM, let that be a unit for momentum, okay. And it's always good to, before you define it, you have to press Control and Q, okay. That will change the label to blue. You have to see that it is changed to blue, right? When it is blue, you know that it is a variable, okay? Or else there's a keyboard shortcut, there's a GUI button for that. MBM, select it, go to labels, select. That's units. And now you have MBF as a unit of momentum. Okay. So it's always good to define, if you are using new units, to define it globally, okay? Because you'll be using it all throughout your worksheet. So click global definition. This is equal to kg times kg times meter per second. Yes, okay. So kg times meter per second is momentum. Okay, so now let's write a small function for momentum. Okay, move m1. Let's define it with the variables between mass and velocity. Let's define it this way. That will be mass times v. Okay, mass times v. So then you give input as momentum is 3 kg, speed you can take it as 11 meters per second. Enter. That's right. But you're still not getting it in kg. You're still not getting it in that thing, right? In MBM units, the one that you created. So highlight the units. Just type in MBM. That's it. Okay. And to actually show you the effectiveness of this thing, let's take it this way. Okay. 1 mbm is equal to kg meter per second. Okay, so you see how quickly it will change. Now it's 3 mbms. So isn't that just super easy? So this is one use of creating your own units for whichever quantity you want. Now here I did for momentum. So you want for any other thing, you can just create your own unit as and when you like with extreme ease. And since we are talking about units, let me tell you that the default unit for angles is radians and not degrees. Okay, sine 90. It should be 1 if it is 90 degrees, but it is not, right? That is because here it is radians. So you have to specify. You have to specify the units as degree, DEG, and then it will be 1. So one more thing. Let me show you this. We say add. You're trying to add different units. Okay, let's see if it allows you or not. Say 5 centimeter plus 22 kilometers minus 22 degrees. Okay, degrees. Let's see if it evaluates. Look, you see, it will give you an error just stating these units are not compatible. So all you have to do is change this to say inches, and then you will get final answer in SI units. As simple as that. You can extract data from Excel sheets here, right here. Like all you have to do is it's again just the basic things. Again, if I go into the details of it, it will take a lot of time. So let me just tell you the functionalities that you can explore. So you'll have you can extract Excel files. You can work with that extracted data, and then you can plot different kind of charts and graphs. You can manipulate them as in how you like. You can edit it to make it visually more aesthetic. Plus, you can save it in different image formats like JPG and PNG. So you can easily transport and transfer it from one file to other, or one person to other, or one department to other for that matter. Some of the functionalities, I keep saying it because yes, there are at least 400 built-in functions which can be used in different combinations to give you different kinds of
okay, Mr. Mohammed, can you talk about your experience as a MathCAD user and MATLAB user?
Yes, I'm actually a very new MathCAD user. I haven't used it since long, but then whatever I have used, I honestly really liked it. It's nice, easy, very easy. I would say easy to use, easy to understand, easy to share with, and very clean layout. Like there isn't anything like a separate place where you have to do your calculations, and then for presenting you will have to have a different file. No, it's like everything in one place. You can have very nicely written text describing the equations or describing whatever formulas you're using, and then you can have associated images, plots, graphs, everything, explaining everything. It can be a proper textbook page. So I really like that feature about MathCAD. And one more thing, all of you here are aerospace engineers, right? You can raise your hands. We'll make it a little bit interactive, I believe. So yeah, not only aerospace engineers, in fact, like all engineers have to use symbolic differentiation and calculation. Oh yeah, I'm getting raise of hands. Thank you. So yeah, so all of you know that you have to use calculus, be it differentiation or integration, partial differentiation many times over a number of courses, right? And that probably is a very good thing. Like in that video, you haven't seen the use of partial calculus in general, symbolic calculation for MathCAD. But then yes, MathCAD actually even allows you to use symbolic calculus, and that I think this is really nice, because symbolic differentiation, symbolic integration is not very easy in other places, whereas MathCAD eases it. Like there's this very handy package for symbolic calculus. Okay, so yeah, this is one thing. And yeah, unit intelligence, obviously a very brilliant thing. Plus, like most of you, okay. Oh, I'm sorry,
okay,
we are running short on time, I understand. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Bashir. Your video was very helpful to understand how to use it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I will continue about the capability of the MathCAD. As I said, it is a document-oriented approach, and visual present feature, and the powerful math engine. And also it is has advanced engineering math tool. As you can see, it's the matrix programming, etc. And also it is integrate with another product. It's like CAD and Creo and Windchill and also Excel. So if you are working in Creo and you have like a cylinder and you have like an area of the cylinder, how did you get it? Why you are choosing? You can go to the MathCAD where you documented your answer and why you choose it. So it is integrated with each other. And the process enhancement. So as we said, it is document design intent, analyze, derive, analysis driven design, verification and validation. And as we said, it is integrated with Creo and Windchill, so you can see exactly why you're choosing and working with together as one provide traceability and to Creo design calculus and optimize donation used in Creo models, explore variation to baseline designers, calculate parameters and dimensions for Creo mathematical validity geometry. So I will show you a quick here about MathCAD and how you can use it. As you can see, like it is like a word. If I want to like get bigger, smaller, change the shape, yellow, black, as I can choose. It is like you can document what anything you want. And also, I will go quickly because of the time. You have calculation easy and fine. I can change the unit as Mr. Muhammad says, and you can also like if you have like this cross section and you want to change the color, you can do it very easily, and you go exit and update it quickly. And also, as Mr. Muhammad said, you can get information from Excel sheets. As you can see here, we can get this. Anything you want. Click. It is as simple as this. And we'll define this to get the information we need. As you can see, it's updated quickly, very quickly. And you can choose the unit and get data from the Excel sheet. And you can put figures to explain and elaborate more while you're choosing. And also, I believe this is very interesting function, because if you have like you work very hard and you find an equation and you want to protect your as I would say IEP to not to use it without you can put an password, and also you can not show it. If you want for him to get the calculation, you can easily find this the answer, the result only. And it is for you, it is protect your IOB, so no one can take it and steal it from you. And also, if you have like a very heavy calculation and it is not interesting for your colleague, he wants the answer, it is easy. You can, you see, is this wants this answer, and you can, as you can see, it is the plotting. It's very easy, very clear, and also you can get from Excel sheet, do what you want with it, very updated very quickly, and you get the answer from here. And also you can see here the integrated with plot from the Excel sheet, you can see here. And also you have programming. You can do programming if you want, and see the deflection of the beam, see here. And also you have like a 3D if you want to see it in 3D. See, it is live 3D model. You can see it and see the deflection of the beam, because we are talking, and edit it. I get very quickly because we want to continue because of the time. So we have the summary for MathCAD. It is easy to use, natural math notation, unit intelligence, higher level math, and transparent calculation, documentation, optimization, and also integrated with other products and excellent integration. So Mr. Raid will take it from here.
Okay, gents. Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed and Mr. Mohammed Bashir. We reached to conclusion why engineers need certification for using software. I think this is an important question. Why do I need to be certified and in Creo or in CATIA or any software? Does it important to have it before graduation, or I should wait until I graduate and join a company, then I should learn it? This is a very important question, and I will try to answer it here. Sorry. Okay, so answering for this question, a certification provides you with an industry recognized credential that demonstrate proficiency with the engineering software and validate your core competency, skills, and knowledge. So when you have it, you can have that credential. And also, you having a certain certification, it's going to distinguish you within industry and help market your own skills. So everyone going to recognize that. So what is the top reasons to be a certified? It's need to keep your skills current. So every time, as I mentioned in the beginning, every software, they introduce new features, new capabilities, new functions, and every time you need to keep yourself current. So when you any opportunity in the market, any work, you can do it as a freelancer, or you can join a company as a manpower that have skills and squibness to work from day one. Also, it's going to increase your job satisfaction. So when you have a challenge, any problem, you are mastering this software, you can bring a good solution and optimize and impress your managers, your colleagues, and adding value to the company, and you gain more confidence because you are mastering these tools. And also, it's going to maintain your competitiveness, competitive edge in the market. So everyone recognize you, and you will get a better chance to work in the better position, better companies, and better salary pay. And also you can adapt your skills to work as a freelancer, and you don't need to wait for a job to be hired for, and you can start day one, you practice and deliver. Also, it's going to validate your knowledge, because if you are, I see it in many engineers, they put in their CV that they are, for example, I'm good in using MathCAD, or SolidWorks or Creo or whatever software. Okay, who going to validate that and how good you are? This is the thing that how we can answer this question. So the best way is to start and seek for to be certified. And all the companies now, they're starting producing like e-learnings and e-certification, so you can do the exam online. So why you are waste your time? Go on there and try to explore opportunity and be ready for the market, for the future, to be contribute in Vision 2030, to be industrial country. You need to have to master this software. Don't wait until you graduate. So what is the path for certification? You need to, first of all, you need to determine your readiness by studying, by learning, and involve and development. And also you can seek for access exam. And after you successfully complete it, you need to gain the badge or the certification and share it share your success in LinkedIn or in social media, so you make marketing for yourself. And from here, I would like to announce that as a PTC partner, we are offering some good certification map for anyone who want to get interested to be certified in any tools that we mentioned, Creo, Vavoria for AR or for IoT, or any other elements. And also we provide a good price for students who want to get on hand for this application. And also we are working to collaborate with your universities, whether King Fahd or other universities, and try to try to work with them to make this application accessible for you. So we reach to the end. Sorry if we took more than an hour, and apology for that. And this is open for question, and we are happy to answer. And I leave that to Mr. Amr to lead it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Engineer Raed, Engineer Ahmed, and Muhammad. Me and all attendees, thank you for providing this decent presentation. Guys, if you have some questions, you can share them now by typing them in the chat or raising your hand. There is a question says, where can we find the recording of this lecture? Well, you can find the recording of this lecture on AE Club channel on YouTube in a couple of weeks, and we will try to make it before that.
Also, we have our Twitter for RAM system, Ramses SA. So anyone want to reach us, he can ask any questions through that platform, or can send us an email. Anyone want to have access to see this presentation, he can send us a request, and we will be happy to share with him the link to review this. And also we are happy if you're interested, guys, to have a more technical on-hand training for MathCAD. We're happy to do it for you for free this time. And by the way, I'm a MathCAD user since 2003, so I use it in my degree, in aerospace degree, while I do it in King Abdulaziz University as an aerospace engineer. So I'm surprised that many of you not aware of this tool.
Here is another question. It says, what is the most important software that you can suggest me to begin with?
You can answer, Mr.
Yeah, in which field? Is it in CAD or in PLM, or as I said, there is areas to understand. First of all, what is the function? What do you want to deliver? What do you want to design? Is it just a simple component? Maybe you go and learn the medium. If you are working with the company, going to work with a company, they are doing only components. Why you are jumping for expensive application? If you are as a student, you want to start with, I advise you to go and start with a cloud base. So you don't need to store the data. You can collaborate. Onshape is give you functionality to manage that document and through the PDM, and also there is a good resources for training. If you want to be ready for the market, I advise you to go with the Creo as a good tool for aerospace industry. Also, CATIA is good tool, but it's very expensive. Very expensive also the training, and it's very limited collaboration. So then you need to decide which one. But as advice, I think Creo one of the good tools to start with. And it is very easy comparing with other tools. and has a lot of functionality that help you to be as design in terms of simulation, and we can give you a special session for about Creo because it's huge software and a lot of functionality there. But as a start, I think all engineers they should start using MathCAD, and it is free for Express. So you can download it and use it. You can take a trial. If you want a premium, it's less than 250 riyal per year for if you want a premium functionality. But if you wanted to use it as just documentation, and then you don't need the capability, the big capability that produce, so then you can use it as a free MathCAD free Express. Is there any other question? Okay, thank you very much. I think we reach our time, and sorry for if there is any sound inconvenient, because I just noticed that some people they mention about sound, but I hope the record is clear, and I'm happy for any question. Thank you very much, Engineer Amr, for organizing the sessions, and we look forward for any future collaboration as well.
Thank you, and many thanks for all who attended this lecture. I hope that all of you got the benefits of this topic. I especially learned a lot of things. WATCAD was new to me, and I think to most of you. It was shown for us that MathCAD is a simple software, and I will consider learning more about it in the future.
Thank you very much, and have a good night.